Hello and welcome back to my YouTube and Opera channel on LELB Society at LELB.net. This session I'm going to teach you another unit of 504 Absolutely Essential Words series that is a perfect book actually to start from. This is a great platform actually to improve your vocabulary. Okay, so this session I'm going to teach you unit 24 of this book. Before starting, let me show you the flashcards. Thrust means to push out, and thrust means to throw, expel. Opponent means rival. Okay, and confidence. Clear. Devise means to think up. Comprehensive, complete, thorough, wholesale, opposite of retail. Underdog, weak side. Eliminate, get rid of. Visible, something that can be seen. Inhabit means to live in a place for a long period of time. Reside, settle. Monarch, king. And either, neither, and not only, but also, these are correlative conjunctions in English, and you can see actually the corresponding photos that have been illustrated actually. Violent, aggressive, fierce, belligerent. That's all. And you can use this part to contact me, and please do follow me on Instagram on LELB Society to receive these actually flashcards. You can see these flash my let's say Instagram account and hundreds. Okay, and so YouTube too. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also Apparat if you live in Iran. Okay. Let me get rid of this. Alright. Fierce. The first word is fierce, means savage, wild. Violent, aggressive, vicious. These are some words. Barry was so fiercely angry, let's say uncontrollably angry, that he thrust. Pay attention, the simple past and the past participle form of thrust is the same. We don't have thrusted. Thrust his hand through the glass. So it's actually he broke the glass. And let me drink some water. Okay. Alright. One must take appropriate precautions when approaching fierce dogs, because they might bite the person. Actually, they're ready to bite, and if they are rabic or they have some diseases, viral diseases such as rabies, it's so dangerous. So one must be really cautious. Approach means get closer. He took one look at his fierce opponent and ran. Yeah, he just glanced at his opponent or rival or competitor and decided to just escape or run away. Detest, dislike, very much, hate. The world detests people who aren't valiant. The world, the people actually shrink from, also you can say, means hate. Shrink from. Those who aren't valiant or brave or courageous. Wally was certain that his girlfriend's parents would detest him Because he had been a delinquent. A delinquent is a criminal. So that was the reason for which he thought that his girlfriend's parents actually would not approve of him. I detest Chinese food, but I won't deprive you of the chance to eat it. This is so logical, you know. If you don't like it, you don't need to like everything, but you should not deprive others who like it. For example, food, you know. So I don't deprive you. I don't, let's say, take away the chance from you to enjoy it. Sneer. Show scorn or resentment or lack of discontent, okay, or contempt. Content is different, you know. Content means satisfaction by looks or words. A scornful look or remark. Remark is what you say, and the preposition for that is at. Sneer at. Tease. The journalists were cautious about sneering at the Secretary of Defense. Yeah, they should be cautious or wary. Secretary, it means head of a government department here, because it has an S, capital S, Secretary of Defense. Okay, minister or a head of a department. Wipe that sneer off your face, in quotation marks or inverted commas. The dean told the delinquent. Dean is the head of a school or university, principal or headmaster, headquarter. It means do not sneer or just eliminate or do not tease. Okay, the dean told the delinquent or criminal. When offered a dime as a tip, the taxi driver sneered at the rider. This is a very, let's say, cheap tip. A dime is a coin in the US and Canada that values 1/10 of a dollar, so it's so cheap. It's not generous. That's why the taxi driver actually sneered at his rider or passenger. Scowl. Look angry by lowering the eyebrows. Frown. It means to show that you're angry. Laverne scowled at her mother. Pay attention, at is generally used after verbs that show emotion. For example, sneer at, frown at, scowl at, and some others. Laverne scowled at her mother when she was prohibited from going out. She refers to Laverne. So, her mother prohibited her from going out. That's why Laverne was so angry. I dread seeing my father scowl when he gets my report card. So, actually he is not really satisfied with the results in the report card as a student, and he is afraid of seeing his father scowl or be so angry with the marks and scores in the report card. Because of a defect in her vision, it always appeared that Polly was scowling. So due to on account of a defect or problem or fault, F-A-U-L-T, in her vision or sight, it appeared that Polly was scowling, but in fact she was not scowling or frowning. Encourage, very easy. Give courage to. The opposite is discourage. Increase the confidence. Okay, this is another, let's say, explanation. We encourage the coach to devise a plan for beating Jefferson High. We motivate the coach or trainer to invent a new plan or a strategy for beating or defeating, D-E-F-E-A-T, defeating Jefferson High. It's a team. Some unstable persons or people need to be encouraged to find a vocation. Unstable means unpredictable, particularly referring to their personality, need to be motivated and encouraged to find a vocation or profession or career or job. A valiant or brave or courageous person rarely needs to be encouraged. If they are brave enough, they don't need to be motivated or stimulated again and again, because they are internally motivated. Consider. Think about in order to decide. To think deeply about something. Ruminate over something. John considered whether a comprehensive report was necessary. John gave it consideration whether, or thought about it, whether a thorough, let me write it down, thorough, through thought. Do not mistake these three words for each other. This is thorough, means complete. This is through, means across. This is thought, means thinking. Okay. Do you consider that dress to be a bargain at the wholesale price? Do you think that the price of the dress actually has been reduced, or I can get a discount over that actually because I can buy it in a wholesale price, or at a wholesale price? Wholesale, it means you get something actually in large quantity, so you receive some discount, and the opposite is retail. The wrestler was always considered to be the underdog in every match. Well, the wrestler, person who wrestles in a competition or tournament, was always considered or regarded to be the underdog or weak part in every match or competition. Vermin. Some small animals that are troublesome or destructive. Fleas. Bedbugs. Lice. Lice is the plural form of louse. That's why we have mouse, mice. These are the plural forms that are exceptional. Rats and mice are vermin. Why not vermins? Because vermin, there are some words in English like fish, people, deer, sheep, vermin. These are not generally used with an S to show that they are plural, because there are some reasons for that, but it's rather complicated, because generally actually it is very difficult to count them, and they appear in a group or multitude. So deer, we don't say deers, we don't say sheeps, vermins, because they appear in a plural form, they're in groups. One should try to eliminate all vermin from his or her house. Eliminate means get rid of. Some reptiles eat vermin as their food. Good for them and good for us, because vermin are let's say troublesome, or they are parasites as a matter of fact. Although vermin are not always visible, they are invisible. They probably inhabit or live in every house in the city. Wail. Wail means to cry loud or long because of grief or pain. Moan, M-O-A-N, sob. Also you can say cry. Weep, you can say weep. When tragedy struck, the old people began to wail. Struck is the past form of strike, S-T-R-I-K-E. It means when it came, the old people began to wail. In some countries, the women are expected to wail loudly after their husbands die. They are expected to. It's absurd. They might like to do that if they really want, and also it's not just. Anyway, I don't want to say anything about that. When the Yankees lost the World Series, there was much wailing in New York. The Yankees is a group, is a band that were so, let's say, non-conformist, and when they lost the World Series, there was so much wailing or crying over that in New York. Symbol, very common word, something that stands for or represents something else. A sign, for example. The statue outside the court building is considered a symbol of justice, because it's a court of law and there is a statue to represent justice and, let's say, fairness. Symbols for God are prohibited in the Jewish religion, so you should not symbolize. The verb form is symbolize God according to Judaism. An olive branch is a symbol of peace, and that is true. It's an international symbol of peace, tranquility, and no war. 10. Authority, the right to command or enforce obedience. It means submissiveness. Power delegated or given to another person, an author or writer or volume or book that may be appealed to or attracted in support of an action or belief. Such a long definition. Yeah, it means in simple words, means power that is given to somebody to do something. No one should have the authority to dictate our career choice. No one should have this power to dictate, to give commands about job choices, Today, a monarch does not have the authority he once enjoyed. Once means some time ago. Monarch, a king, does not have the authority, so that king cannot be a dictator anymore, or such a dictator. The Supreme Court is entrusted with the authority to interrupt our Constitution. Supreme Court is a very high rank in the United States, is entrusted with, means has some responsibilities, is entrusted with the authority to it means has this responsibility, or is responsible, or has this authority, as a matter of fact, to interpret our constitution. Constitution is the book of laws in any country. The official book, let's say, including or representing all the laws in any let's say legislation system of any country. Neutral. On neither side of a quarrel or argument or war. It is logical to remain neutral. Do not take any extreme position in a violent argument between spouses, wives or husbands. So if they have a fight, do not try to meddle in or interfere. Switzerland was a neutral country in World War II. It's clear. Adolf did not reject the idea but remained neutral about it. So again, actually, he was impartial. Let me write it. It means not holding any specific part, impartial. Trifle. A small amount. Little bit. Something of little value. I ate a trifle for dinner rather than a vast meal. This is a very healthy attitude. Do not stuff your stomach with so much food and then go to bed. It's not healthy, civilized. Okay. Walter spends only a trifle of his time in studying French. So he cannot spend so much time studying French, or he does not. At our meetings, Alex always raises trifling objections to any new plan. So he is such a wet blanket. Wet blanket. Okay. Or it means actually he just opposes anybody's ideas or plans. Such a cynic or pessimistic. Or so critical. Okay, then we come to the end of this unit. And please, if you have any question, remember that there is a comment box or comment form at the bottom of each post that I create on my website, LELB Society at lelb.net. And these are some tags that can direct you to some relevant pieces of information. And please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube and Opera channel to receive further English classes, and also follow me on Instagram to, actually I told you about it, but I think it's worth repetition. The flashcards you see here also exist on my Instagram account, so just follow LELB Society, LELB_Society on Instagram, and you can have access to a growing number of, let's say, posts on Instagram, over 700. And thank you very much. I wish you all the best. Take care of yourself, and bye bye.